How do guys, how are you? Hope you're all safe and well. So I've come to Fleetwood and I'm going to visit a video game shop. Not too sure which road I'm on. I think we're on Poulton Street or Poulton Road. But this place is called, originally titled, Fleetwood Games. So if you're into your gaming, like me and Mason have, this could be the place for you. Come on, let's have a look inside. So there we go, Fleetwood Games. Let's go inside, see what they've got. All I've done is have a quick look at the Facebook page. I just sent them a message saying, can we come and have a look at what you've got? And they said, yeah. So let's go in. Don't think it's the biggest shop in the world, but let's go and have a look. Okay, so we're inside. And what I will say, it's quite a small shop, but it's packed. Literally. Every inch. It's full of stock. So let's have a look around together. I've not been in here before. So let's have a quick look what we've got. PlayStation 2 stuff there. And some original PlayStation games. I think I'm old enough to remember the PlayStation when it was just called the PSX. Was that the code name, I think, that Sony gave it before it was released? Can't remember. Like Donkey Kong Jr. there. Game & Watch. Who remembers them? 1982. They were like cutting edge at the time, weren't they? I had a few of them. Wrecking the shop now. Look, it's not that over. Let me pick it up. It's never going to be like back in here, am I? Yeah, Donkey Konga. The drum set. Loads of Nintendo DS games, all reasonably priced as well. Some Game Boy games. Great thing about doing this is, if you're out there and you've got something in the back of your cupboard, you've got an idea of how much they're selling for, haven't you? You know, everyone's got some sort of Game Boy cartridges that in a drawer from years ago. I don't forget the prices you see on these are retail prices, so if you see anything you think, oh look at that, I've got one of them, it's worth 200 quid. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's worth 50% of that. Because these guys have got to pay the rent, they've got to pay the bills, and they've got to make a profit. Much as we all do things because we love them and we have an interest in them, it's still a business. It's still a business. Let's have a quick look in this cabinet here. Resident Evil 5 figure. PS3 Defiance. Ghost of Tsushima. £199 new. Now this Call of Duty Black Ops 4 set there, at one point, I'm kidding you not, I had about 6 of them. There was an online shop that was selling them quite cheap at the time when they came out, and I sold them all to CX for about £100 profit each. Them were the days. Borderlands 3, £199 there. Sniper rifle, an arcade shotgun at the bottom. Pip-Boy sold, Pip-Boy 3000. Wasted an inch of space, haven't they? Look what we got over here. Lego Star Wars. Spectrum. Includes the Crash magazine. Who remembers getting the Crash magazine back in the early 80s when the Spectrum came out? That's obviously a relaunch or a remake or a rethinking of the Spectrum. But what a great idea to put the Crash magazine in it. Everybody used to buy that when they bought the Spectrum. The Crash magazine was a monthly reading. So, PSP games. If you've got one of the Sony handhelds. Spider-Man 2. Star Wars Battlefleet. And again, the prices are really good. They're pocket money prices, aren't they? You know, not every child out there wants the latest tech. Especially if you've got younger children. You know, try and find an older console. You can pick up games for nothing. Dreamcast section there. Always seem to demand premium Dreamcast stuff. And the reason for that is, it wasn't that popular, the Dreamcast, so they didn't sell in the numbers that, say, Nintendo consoles sold for. So therefore, they're quite rare, especially to find them in good condition as well. You can get the Dreamcast virtual memory unit there, if you have got a Dreamcast. Sega Saturn stuff. Sold quite a lot of that quite recently as well. They're starting to demand good prices as well, because in good condition, and that's all about the condition. It's really hard to find. Atari, is that 400? Mini, didn't even know there was one. There you go. It was all about Ataris and Amigas. When I was a teenager, you had the Atari ST, or you had the Amiga. I was an Amiga guy. Could get loads of software for that. Infinity. So somewhere at home, and I'm sure like a lot of you, I've got an Infinity base with about 100 characters. But because everybody had them, they don't command that much money. They just don't. Let's have a look. What we've got down here. More PSP stuff. UMD videos, 4 for a tenner. Again, they were cutting edge at one point, weren't they? The fact that you could watch a film on a handheld console, sat on the couch. It was like Star Trek stuff at the time. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And you know what's just caught my eye back here? I'm going to look behind me. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but there you go. Imagine, play the game. That takes me right back. Codemasters, Imagine. Wow. Okay, let's have a quick look on this rack here. Oh, before I do that, look at that. Indiana Jones collection. Steelbook. £99 for an Xbox Series X or S. Awesome. So PS3 games. This is something that Nation's been specialising in, collecting the PS3 stuff. So we're always on the lookout for any rare PS3 stuff, especially if you've got a steelbook or anything like that. Drop me a message in the comments below. But again, the prices are quite good. Move down to the PS2 stuff here. Hope I don't get a copyright strike for that sonic music in the background. I have no idea what copyright strikes mean, to be fair. I won't say Sega on me back. I had enough with the Christmas songs. So there we go. Some figures there. Some Infinity figures there, I think, for the Disney Infinity thing. So that's going to be Skylanders, isn't it, those, I think? You'll have to forgive me. Memory. I'm struggling. A lot of you out there know I've got Parkinson's. And I'm forgetting stuff, and I'm getting mixed up, and I'm getting confused. So if I'm making any mistakes, feel free to correct me in the comments below. Don't mind at all. Nintendo Wii stuff. There was a bit of a renaissance with the Wii, wasn't there? When COVID happened, everybody wanted to play Wii bowling at home. I know we did. I'll have to dust off my Wii, you know. Sounds a bit rude, that, doesn't it? But I'll have to dust it off and get the bowling going again. Oh, I think we've got it for the Switch. Pretty sure we've got a new updated bowling for the Switch. Again, I forget what we've got. GameCube games and the Wii U games. Awesome. Wii U was a great console, you know, with the screen and the controller. It is ahead of its time in a way. Never really sold many copies. But there you go. One of Nintendo's few failures. A bit like, well, not as bad as the Virtual Boy. If anybody out there remembers the Virtual Boy with the pseudo 3D display where you look through the what looked like a periscope of a submarine, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, don't worry, I'm going to shut up. Okay, let's move over here. I don't think I've ever seen so much stuff packed in such a small shop. PlayStation VR, aim controller. Xbox 360 wireless controller. Boxed and sealed as new. There's not many of them about now, is there? Hence the price, £70. They're going to get rare. Most people bought stuff like this and then opened them up, destroyed the packaging. I'll tell you what I do like as well. At least they're honest about it here, aren't they? Look. So they've got an Xbox 360 here, and it says no map. So at least you're not buying it, taking it away, getting it home and finding there's no map in it. Loads more PS3, PS4 and PS5 stuff here as well. That Double Dragon Revive limited edition. All new to me this. I haven't kept up with the video game market at all. But I do love shops like this. If you've got a shop, or you know of a shop, especially in the northwest of England, that specialises in collectibles, video games, film stuff, memorabilia, drop it in the comments below, send me a message, let me know. I'm quite happy to have a bit of a drive and visit it. So there's an Evercade there. The Evercade is a small handheld, and you can buy cartridges for it of different video games. So you can get Namco Museum packs and Atari packs for it. And I've never really seen the market for that, to be fair, but it does seem to sell quite well. It does seem to be quite popular. But with emulators that you can get on Android tablets and things like that, or even the Steam Deck. Neo Geo Pocket. Love the Neo Geo Pockets. Not even to play them, just to look at them. Love it. Loads of PS2 games here. Let me take the camera down there. You need to come here, don't you, and spend... Well, you could spend a good hour at least just rummaging through stuff. And these are your small independent shops that if we don't use them, we're going to lose them. And I know it's an old saying, but it's absolutely true. I'm not rushing through it because I want to give you guys a good look and see what they've got. Oh, you've got everything, haven't you? From sort of 80s stuff right up to PS5 stuff. And a few collectibles up there as well. I'll go across the top shelf. Could spend a fortune there, mate, couldn't I? Well, I'm sure you're all thinking the same as me. If only, if only. Even a few pops. I did say in another video, I went to a toy fair up at Bolton a few months ago. And I've got about, in a lockup, about 350, 400 Funko Pops. I'm just not too sure what to do with. Maybe I should get a stall, some sort of retro game show. Or toy show, start selling them. Loads I've got from America as well that were exclusive to America. That you couldn't get in this country. Used to be a thing called a collector's club in America that I subscribed to every month. They sent me a box and you can only get it in the States. So I'm sure some of them have got a value. I know that most of them won't have much of a value, to be fair, but you just never know, do you? Just takes one. So these are games for the more modern console. PS5 there. So if you're in the area, say you live in Blackpool, we're only 20-25 minutes drive away. If you come to Blackpool, you can actually get on a tram to Blackpool all the way. And it'll bring you all the way to Fleetwood. So it's easy to get there. Or should I say it's easy to get here. It's not far away from anywhere at all. It's well worth a drive. Okay, let's go in this cabinet at the end here. Now we get into the old stuff, aren't we? Sega Master Systems, remember them? Mega Drive stuff, Cool Spot. That was a great platformer, Cool Spot. Who remembers Cool Spot? Was it the mascot for 7-Up? Or have I just made that up? Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure it was the mascot for 7-Up. Bart versus the Mutants on the Mega Drive. The Simpsons. I'm sure I had that on the Amiga as well. What was the Amiga? Was it the Cartoon Classics pack? Or was that Captain Planet? I'm getting well confused now, aren't I? Let me know. Let me know. Mega CD. Now, I did have a Mega CD unit as well. Now, if you've got a Mega Drive with a Mega CD unit, all boxed up, talking good money on them. Talking a few £100. More Game Boy Advance stuff. Anything Pokemon as usual. Commands a premium. Very collectible, especially if you get it in good condition. But again, they've been very honest with the labelling, no inner cardboard tray. But at least it's in a plastic protective pack. Now your SNES games, because they were all paper usually, they haven't stood the test of time very well at all, have they? So if you get a SNES game in reasonable condition, and it's not like one that everybody's got like Super Mario World, they are starting to creep up in price. Even, we'll have a look below, there's some unboxed SNES stuff there that, well, they're the prices they bring you. So everybody had Mario All-Stars and everybody had Mario World, but there is some that got more rare. 1080 snowboarding, I've seen so many of them in my time, hence why they're only £8 now. And we're going to come round to the last cabinet, which is this one here, Nintendo Switch stuff. Oh, and even a Portal. So the PS Portal's had an update recently, whereby you don't need to have your PS5 on at home. Now that was the case, you always used to have your PS5 on at home. And if you were out on Wi-Fi, you used to have to be able to connect your Portal to your PS5 at home, but now you don't. All you do is log in with your PlayStation account, and anything that's available on the PlayStation Store you can play, and anything that you own you can play as well. All clever stuff. So that, at the back there, I don't know if you can see, is that limited edition Super Nintendo 3DS XL. £799 brand new. I had one of them. Wasn't brand new. Wasn't brand new. I sold mine not so long ago. And they do bring good money. They really do bring good money. Now be careful as well. When you're looking for Game & Watches, that is a reproduction. That is a reproduction. But the ones we saw at the beginning of the video were real. From 1982. Not that they're not real. They are licensed, they are made by Nintendo, but they're just not the original ones from the 80s, and it's an easy mistake to make when you're looking in a shop. A few systems down there as well. Sega Master System 2 and a Sega Mega Drive. Again, if you've got the boxes, these things are starting to creep up in price. So if you're wondering what the noise is, the noise is that. Quite an old CRT TV. Get many of them, do you? There we go, guys. Bit of a walk around Fleetwood Games. So there we go, guys. Fleetwood Games in Fleetwood. Don't know whether we're on Poulton Road or Poulton Street. I'm sure if you go to the Facebook page or Google them, you'll find them. Well worth a visit. One of the smallest shops I've been in. But God, they had a lot of stock. Like I say, you can get a tram from Blackpool. If you're in the Blackpool area, you can get a tram straight to Fleetwood. I'm sure you can find your way here. Okay, like I always say, if you like what you see, subscribe, it's free. I'll see you in the next one. Take very good care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.